Hi everyone that is watching this video right now. Have you met a person and you said, wow, this is a cultured human being? Have you ever asked yourself, what exactly made you say that? And now for children on the spectrum, how best can we culture them so that a person meets them and yes, they're on the spectrum, but then they're able to say, wow, this is a cultured child? Well, I have an answer for you. It begins with fostering right foundational values from the word go. Now, of course, a child on the spectrum, it's not easy for them to just do what is considered to be normal, okay? Well, that's very true. However, that does not give us reason, does not give us an excuse not to actually culture our children. Because on the spectrum or not, everybody wants to interact with a person who's kind, who is loving, who is gentle, who is patient, who has a strong character. So what exactly is a strong character? Well, as a Christian, I would say strong character comes from the fruit of the Spirit, okay? And this is love, this is peace, this is patience, this is gentleness, this is kindness, okay? And all the other fruit that are usually listed as fruit of the Spirit. So as a parent, I would really urge you to use that as your compass when it comes to teaching your child foundational value. Now, of course, what is going on in your mind, you're asking, how am I going to teach my child this? And that's exactly what this video is going to be about. So the best way of teaching a child on the spectrum is using as less words as possible and going more on visual and actions, okay? So for example, you want to teach kindness, show them that you as a parent or the people around them are kind. How? Either by sharing or by how gentle you actually handle him or her, okay? By giving him opportunity to also show kindness to the people he knows and also to the people they don't know, okay? Even when you're doing their visual scheduling, give them opportunity and routines to show kindness. For example, a person has fallen down. Usually, sometimes the children on the spectrum, instead of them feeling very remorseful, they'll burst out into laughter. I remember my son used to do that. But instead of you joining in and laughing, because sometimes that also comes as a shock to you, you need to really pause as a parent or as an adult in that situation and tell them, please say sorry, and just let them know that laughing may not be the best response when someone is in pain or someone is crying. Of course, it depends with their developmental age, okay? However, you have to start and keep on doing and being consistent on what you're saying so that at the end of the day, they know when someone is hurt, instead of them laughing, they can actually just keep quiet and calm and stay calm. And eventually, even if they are able to speak, they can even actually go there and say sorry. Or if they're not speaking when someone is hurt, it's just nice for them to go there and help them when they are down. The other way of teaching a child is by modeling and role playing, okay? Modeling simply means you become the model of the values that you want your child to pick. If you are gentle, please be gentle to everybody in the house and everybody around this child. If you're teaching gentleness, allow also the teachers to know that you want them to treat your child with much gentleness, okay? Because if you're aggressive towards your child, that's the behavior they are going to pick. If you constantly lash on them, if you constantly shout at them, if you're constantly correcting them, that's exactly how they are going to grow. And that's one of the sure way of lowering their self-esteem, okay? So whatever behavior you want your child to pick, please become the model, okay? This is actually a lifetime thing. My son is 10 and up to now there's some behaviors he still has, and I try, because you see, I'm also a human being. We are also human beings. We also have our own flaws. We also have our own challenges. However, that should not give us an excuse of always mistreating him or her, because of course they are not behaving the way we expect them to behave, okay? So modeling, the first place of modeling is us becoming the role model, and then now modeling that behavior that we want to see in our children. Then the fourth thing that we need to do is, of course, reinforcing positive behaviors. So, for example, you're teaching kindness and you saw that they saw, a person fell down and they went to help. Please applaud that, okay? If they went ahead and picked something that had fallen down or helped someone to do something, please always applaud that behavior, okay? If your child comes and reports something, let them number one, congratulate them for being honest and being open and being kind. Okay, so you reinforce positive behaviors by making make a big deal so that they see they're actually seen, people observe them as they do whatever they do in their day-to-day running. Okay, so that's how you reinforce positive behaviors. Yes, it's okay to correct them, but even the way you're correcting them, please be gentle with these children. Now, the other aspect is the language. What do you say? For example, instead of you saying be kind or be respectful, just tell them exactly what you want them to do. So when you're talking about respect, what exactly do you mean by respect? Does respect say hi when you meet someone? Does respect say thank you? Does respect say please? And what if they are non-speaking? What are some of the sign languages that they can use to say sorry, to say hi, to say thank you? Okay? So don't just say be respectful, just show them exactly what you want them to do. If you're teaching resilience, what exactly does that mean? When something they're trying to open up a bottle and they're not able to, do they just quit and ask someone to help? Or do they keep on trying? So instead of you talking about resilience, tell them exactly what you mean. And what if they try and fail? What happens in such a case? So when you're teaching a child, the language you use has to be very, very important. Simple language, very specific. And please remove anything that is not useless, the extras. Just go straight to the point. The other aspect is that we need to create predictable routines. This is extremely important when it comes to discipline and responsibility. Okay? You want to raise a child who's disciplined. They decide to do something and they're able to see it through. Responsibility is best built by doing chores. Okay? And by the way, if you're watching up to this time and you've not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And I have created a PDF that shows the chores of the age of a child with the chores that they are expected to do, and I've also created that also comes with the milestones. Like what is your child's age when it comes to their developmental stage? Does that make sense? Like age and cognitive development, and then now the milestones, the chores that they can be able to do. Okay, and I think that's gonna be really, really helpful. There's a link on the description box. Please go ahead and click it. Okay, so chores are extremely important, and I'm sure that you have heard of so many research that have proved that children who do chores are happy kids and happy adults. Okay, so also for kids on the spectrum, they have to do their chores. Please, bed making, clearing the table, clearing the toys, removing dirty clothes and put them in the laundry basket, folding their clothes. Allow them to do these things, okay? And as they grow up older, add on to the tasks. And for example, like if you are having a child who's 10 or above, whenever they're having a meltdown and they throw things, once everything is done, allow them to rearrange everything back into where they were, okay? Please, that is responsibility. Now, as you do this, please be conscious of sensory, how the children develop their senses differently. They process their senses differently, okay? So as much as we want you to teach kindness, as much as we want you, to be kind, to do chores, be sensitive to their senses, the way they process their senses. If you know your child is not able to process, for example, noise, and whatever you want to do has a lot of noise, always protect their ears. If it's the light, protect their eyes, okay? If you know they are not comfortable with some fabrics, try to protect them from that. Because at the end of the day, what you really want is you want your child to learn these values. It's not so much about the activity, but it's about the process. the lessons that they are learning by doing certain activities. So you as you're choosing what activities your child has to do, remember to be sensitive on how they process their senses. And of course, as you teach these values, please use their special interests. Okay, if your child loves football, you see that could be your greatest opportunity for you to teach respect, to teach honesty, to teach teamwork, to teach kindness. Okay, so use what they like. Okay, because I think that's one of the easiest way of teaching a child on the spectrum. Because when they are doing what they like, their concentration is very high. They are enjoying the whole thing, and it is also easy for you to communicate with them. And last but not least is being patient and flexible. This thing is not going to happen in 1 year or in 2 years. This is a whole lifestyle thing. It's something that you have to do. Just like the way you have a neurotypical child, teaching values, teaching character is a whole process. Like up to 25, as a parent, you'll still have to continue reminding. I'm 43 years old and my mom still has to talk to me about some things. Okay? Because we are human beings, right? And so, even for children on the spectrum, we really have to be patient. We really have to be flexible. Okay? When you try something doesn't work, it does not mean that they cannot learn. No, it means your way and your style is the one that is not working. Okay? So you have to keep on trying. Of course, it is important for you to involve specialists, and if this is something you'd want help with, I'm open for that. However, as a parent, please take up this responsibility to make sure that just because your child is on the spectrum, it does not mean that now they are left to grow by the mercies of the universe. Okay? These are children just like any other children, and you have to model a child who's going to be happy, who's going to thrive, okay, and be able to live with the people around them. And that's the end. Thank you so much. Remember, you can download the document I had said before, and please share it to as many parents as possible. Thank you, and God bless you.